Hey there, I'm Ian Douglas. I'm the author of the website techinterview.guide, and I'm here to help people with career advancement and interview preparation. My live stream on Twitch covers topics such as company research, how to build resumes and cover letters, applying for the job, getting through interviews, and what to do during negotiations. I've coached thousands and thousands of people over the years to get jobs at the biggest tech companies in the industry, and I'm here to help you too. The following episode is taken from a longer live stream event and may contain interactions with other people in chat. Check out the end of the episode for more information. Let's get to it.
So yeah, we'll definitely dig in on that. And let me go find a job post. Let's see, where will we find a job post? Last time we picked on Indeed. Let's go pick on monster.com tonight. So let me switch my screen over here. And let me go find that browser window. And then it's going to be Monster Jobs. We'll make this a little bigger. This one also a little bigger. There we go. Cool. Let's go find some jobs on monster.com. No, I don't want to pay for monster.com, and they certainly may not know my location. Let's go look for, let's try to find like an entry-level like JavaScript developer job. So let's look for junior JavaScript, and let's look in, I don't know, give me a region. Somebody give me like a city and state in chat. Let's go find a junior JavaScript role. Give me a location. And we'll go see what we can find. Any suggestions? Come on, chat. I know you're out there. Give me some ideas of what we can, the location that we can go look at. Los Angeles? All right, well, that covers a lot of ground. Let's look at, let's see, the tech centers are going to be like Santa Monica or Irvine. Those will be the two areas of LA that are going to have most of those job posts. Well, maybe Thousand Oaks kind of area as well. No, we'll just say Los Angeles. And it's probably going to find stuff all over the region. No, I'm not sending you a resume. Knock it off. Just show me some job posts. No, you don't get to know my location. Software engineer at Google. Randstad USA, never heard of them. Network engineer. I'm looking for a junior JavaScript job. Why are you giving me senior data engineer? Totally unrelated. Entry-level Python developer. That's actually similar to the range that we were looking at Friday night. Like for an entry-level Python developer, 160,000 a year for entry-level Python? That's ridiculous. Programmer analyst, data engineer, entry-level, well, Java. I want to try to find like junior JavaScript developer. Software engineer, El Segundo. Let's see. Engineer 2 working overnights for Marriott. $26 an hour to work overnight? I already know this one's going to be bad. Shall we look at the Marriott hotel and see what they're doing? Let's go roast this one. All right, they posted it in May. Engineering and facilities. Renaissance LA Airport Hotel. I wonder when they say engineer if they're looking for like maintenance, kind of like you're one of those curious kids who opened every cabinet, peeked behind every door, never ceased to ask why. Today you bring your personal style to every experience. You live life to discover. You're passionate about your neighborhood, always looking to explore the places one wouldn't find in a travel guide. Okay, it's already starting off a little weird. Renaissance is not just a place to spend the night, it's a place to discover. No, trust me, if you're staying at a hotel near the Los Angeles airport at LAX, you are not traveling around that neighborhood. You're staying in your hotel until your shuttle bus comes to take you to the airport the next day. You are not wandering the streets looking for things to do. There's almost nothing to do around that neighborhood. Respond and attend to guest repair requests. Okay, so that's definitely not the kind of engineer role that we're looking for. So we're going to keep looking over here. Software engineer, repairsmith. Nothing with like junior JavaScript kind of name in here. Internship role. Let's go see if this internship role pays any money. Part of your life, part of tomorrow. Already starting off cheesy. All right, so Infineon, a world leader in semiconductor solutions that make life easier, safer, and greener. All right, we got some buzzword bingo going on already. Equal opportunity employer. Without regard to race, color, religion, sex, including pregnancy, childbirth, related medical conditions, gender identity, national origin, ancestry, citizenship, age, physical, mental disability, and so on and so on. Well, we'll see how true this sounds once we dig into it here. Employment there is contingent upon proof of your legal right to work in the United States under applicable law. Well, that's already going to exclude a bunch of people that live in Los Angeles that may want to apply for that job. Verification of satisfactory references. Meh. Reference calls are the weirdest thing. It's like, give me a list of people who are only going to tell me awesome things about you. What's the point? Like, you're only ever going to give me a list of people who are going to tell me amazing things about you. You're not going to go find that manager that absolutely hated you and say, hey, can you give a reference about me to this other company? They're either going to say no or they're going to completely trash talk you. It's like, what would be the point of that? But okay, they want references. Successful completion of a background check and drug test. And signing all of your onboarding documents. Interesting. This is already starting to be a little suspicious because some of those onboarding documents, like, they get so entangled in legal language that the average person doesn't understand what's in them, and you don't always understand what you're signing. And if apparently with this, if you refuse to sign it, you don't get the job. So that's already a little weird, but okay. U.S. export control laws require that they obtain U.S. government export license prior to releasing technologies to certain persons. This offers contingent upon the company's ability to satisfy these export control laws as related to your employment. So that makes it sound like they're willing to consider remote workers in other areas contingent on, like, they're going to buy you a laptop and are they allowed to ship the laptop to where you are. So it's interesting that that's in the job post already. The decision whether or not to submit or pursue an export license to satisfy the contingency shall be at the company's sole discretion. So they could just say, like, nah, we don't want to bother hassling with the government to send a laptop to some, other country, so we're just not going to bother with your application. And this is where making sure you don't have your geography on a resume can help them from biasing against you. Because this is already telling me they're going to bias against you on the geography of where you live. And that's strange. But okay. We haven't even gotten to the job post yet, by the way. This is all just the preamble of, like, this is everything about the company here. So, another important notice, requiring all U.S. employees and contractors to be fully vaccinated against COVID-19. Full vaccination is defined as 2 weeks after both doses of a 2-dose vaccine or 2 weeks since a single-dose vaccine. Anyone unable to be vaccinated, either because of sincerely held religious belief or a medical condition or disability, can request a reasonable accommodation. We'll see how that goes. RC Maniac, good to see you in chat as well. Hello. So G&D wanted to look specifically for a remote job as well. Well, we haven't even gotten to the point yet where they say that this is remote friendly. We're still getting through all the, like, legal jargon. We don't even know what this job is yet. And we're, like, several paragraphs into this thing already. Take data privacy, identity theft very seriously. We do not request personally identifiable information from applicants over the internet or electronically. Please kindly refrain from disclosing your PII during the application process. Interesting. So they want you to apply for the job, but they don't want your name. They don't want, like, your phone number. Like, that's personally identifiable information. But okay. All right. In your role, you will debug and complete an evaluation board for testing. Board of what? Characterize Class D amplifier for electrical and thermal. Oh, okay. This should have been the same bullet point. So you're debugging and complete an evaluation board for testing and characterizing Class D amplifier for electrical and thermal performance. Okay. Write a technical report summarizing test results and conclusions. Work with other app engineers to share and discuss test methods and results. Pre-test testing on the new developed application. Work hands-on work hands-on bench testing and basic lab equipment like oscilloscope. Like, oscilloscope is one word. Okay, so this is an electrical engineer, yet they're looking for an application engineer. The job title is application engineer, but they're looking for an electrical engineer. So which is it? Are you building applications, or like the title leads me to believe this is a software role, but they're asking for hardware background. Able to work 20 to 40 hours a week. Good communication skills. Okay. Our leading edge power devices make chargers, adapters, power, lighting systems, etc., etc. And that's it. That's the job post for the internship. You're an electrical engineer with understanding on basic power electronics, and you can work 20 to 40 hours a week, and you've got communication skills. And a little bit about what you're going to be doing. So not everybody is going to have an electrical engineering background that would want to apply for this kind of role, and yet up here they say that they're friendly to all persons. But going and getting a university degree in engineering is already not a, you know, general person friendly kind of background. So interesting. See in chat, interesting. COVID requirement is still a thing. In New York City, we still require proof of vaccination to be able to go into our office. Today's issue, I ordered Red Lobster for delivery. I wanted the biscuits. we have a box of the biscuit mix here at home, and it's amazing. The only option was a dozen biscuits. Well, you said you wanted the biscuits. They gave me like 18 biscuits. Wow, that's a lot of biscuits. Hey, Seth, good to see you in chat as well. So yeah, this is also not a developer kind of role. Hybrid, but mostly remote. Python developer. So we're trying to search for junior JavaScript. Like Monster has the worst search engine so far. We haven't even found a junior JavaScript role yet. And we've scrolled through over a dozen, almost 20 job posts, and we have yet to find something entitled like JavaScript developer, much less something on the junior entry-level internship kind of thing. Like this intern application developer was the first one that we found that was labeled as an intern. Next chapter, returnship program. What the heck is a returnship? Is that like an internship where you come back full-time? At Audible, which is part of Amazon, technically. Sun Valley, California? Sun Valley near Los Angeles? I don't recognize the name of the place. Cool, well, let's see what's in here. So the next chapter, returnship, offers a 16-week paid returnship for experienced professionals. So why the heck would I go get an internship if I've already got experience as a developer? If I've got experience as a developer, I'm not applying for an internship. I'm just going to go apply for a straight full-time role. Why would I go get an internship job? This already makes no sense to me. Uh-oh, I have been disconnected. My internets. Come back, internets. Alright, I need to wait for OBS to reconnect. And I will continue streaming as I'm available, so... I'm going to do my best to reconnect. This happened on my live stream this morning too, it's kind of annoying. So bear with me. All of you are going to see this on YouTube later on, but yeah, I need to go fix the Wi-Fi's. Alright, let's go log into the router, see what's going on in the router. Router says, look at this, my internet connection is completely dropped. I have completely disconnected. Alright, we'll get reconnected at some point. Then I will return to the streams. Alright, have I reconnected? No, I am still disconnected. Let's go see if I can reconnect All right, so I'm back online. Welcome to the chat room. I have reconnected. Hopefully I'm going to start streaming again. Hopefully pick up where it left off. No. I've reconnected to the chat. I'm going to start streaming again. I'm going to continue the previous recording. Reconnection successful. All right. There we go. I'm going to wait for a few minutes for pre-roll ads, and we will be back. Cool. So if you're a subscriber, hello. I'm going to wait for the pre-roll ad to stop for everybody else, and then I'll kind of pick up where we left off. Apologies for that. My internet's been a little flaky, and we're about to get a giant storm in the region. So that's partly why I wanted to stream tonight, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to stream tomorrow. All right, I'm back. And the ad roll is over. Hello. Sorry about that, folks. My internet dropped, but I'm back. I have returned. All right, so yeah, so I was saying this is weird that it's a 16-week paid like internship. They're giving us some goofy name called a returnship for experienced professionals returning to the workforce after taking time off for caregiving. Okay, but if you have experience, no one's going to care about a gap in your resume. They're going to hire you anyway. You don't need to go back and get like a 4-month job just to go get a little bit of experience. I would think that a 4-month job would look worse on a resume than just having a gap that you can explain and say, oh yeah, that gap on my resume, I stayed at home and took care of kids or something. It's open to individuals who have at least 2 years of professional experience and have been out of the paid workforce for at least a year to focus on caring for a child or other dependent, and is not currently in a university program. Interesting. Okay, so that's where they get the name returnship. But yeah, it's weird. Like, why not just hire the person direct? Why not just say, like, we are friendly and open and we are specifically looking for this kind of thing? Unless the company is looking to target that kind of person. Like, we want to hire this kind of person. We want to give them a shot. And so we're going to, like, mask it as this kind of, like, internship return kind of thing. And then we're just going to hire you at the end of it. Yeah. G&D says in chat, this is very specific. It is what it is. Yep. So yeah, let's keep going on here. So at Audible, we're excited to launch the next chapter. Cool, and the contributions you'll make. Revamp your skills, update your resume with new experience, make connections with other women and men transitioning back to the workforce. What about non-binaries? Okay, it also offers support through Path Forward, a nonprofit organization on a mission to empower people who've been focused on caregiving, transition back to the paid workforce. I mean, I appreciate the mission of it. It's labeled weird. 100% virtual, so 100% remote. Upon successful completion, there is a possibility of an offer for full-time. We have fully remote roles, or roles based in New Jersey, Massachusetts, or Los Angeles. Okay. As a software development engineer, it's up to you to research, define, design, and refine the tech that keeps us one step ahead of listeners. Anticipate, innovate, bring challenging ideas. We'll support you in the latest tech, tools, and systems. If you've only got 2 years of experience, you're probably not going to be exploring very much as far as like, oh, we totally need to use this new like whiz-bang kind of technology. With 2 years of experience, you won't have had that much exposure to different kinds of technology. And understanding why you want to use a technology other than, oh, this looks like the flavor of the month. You know, that would be more of a role for like a senior dev or an architect or a CTO level person to direct those kinds of technologies, not someone with 2 years experience with a gap on their resume. But okay. Together you'll build and maintain our platform to bring thousands of stories to millions of listeners. This is an opportunity to join the Audible Tech Innovation Team in a brand new Audible hub in Los Angeles. Okay, this team works on a variety of projects creating product experiments. Interesting. Prototyping emerging technologies, helping support and drive innovation. So this sounds kind of neat. This in tech, this is something we call skunk works, where you're basically just building prototypes and seeing which ones are working, how well are they working, what's good about them, what's bad about them, and we're all kind of like learning and teaching each other about these technologies along the way. It's interesting that they are investing in that kind of research and development. A lot of companies are a little more risk averse, but as I mentioned, Audible's part of Amazon, So they've got the deep pockets to be able to do this kind of stuff. Some will launch, some will fail. Successful projects will reach an audience of millions. Cool. Above all, each project will strengthen our learning and grow our innovative passion. True to our principles, we're committed to the success of our people, supporting the communities. Our leadership team is dedicated to mentoring and coaching. Cool. Our environment encourages everyone to participate. Our diverse team depends on differing backgrounds and perspectives to foster robust conversations that lead us to the right solutions for our customers. I really like this. I think this is actually, well, on paper, this is a good thing. I would actually want to find out from them, how diverse is the team really? Like, you say you're diverse, but how diverse are you? Are you diverse in age? Are you diverse in gender? Are you diverse in ethnicities and backgrounds and things like that? Diverse in education? Like, do you have university degrees? Do you also have boot camp and self-taught people? Stuff like that would be interesting. RC Maniac says it's basically a 4-month paid job interview. Kind of. Well, I mean, at the end of 4 months, they make a decision on, maybe they're going to keep you, or maybe it's just to give you that more recent kind of job experience. But what's interesting about this job post, though, is they're bringing you on for a 4-month period of time to go play with new, like, cutting edge, bleeding edge technologies, build some products, see how well they work. But if you're working on like absolute cutting edge kind of stuff, the next job you get is probably not going to be using that technology. And so your project portfolio coming out of this is going to look pretty neat. I'll grant you that. But the technologies that you're probably going to be using inside of this role are probably not going to be widely used necessarily at the next job that you get. So that would be one thing to kind of keep in mind as you're thinking about the idea of like skunkworks and working on these projects. It's like, what are the technologies and how well is that technology actually going to get used beyond that job? So that would be an interesting one to kind of take a look at. My bot just threw an error. I'm just taking a look at that real quick. Cool, not sure why, but there was an automated message that didn't go out. I'm not sure why. But anyway, cannot write to a closing transport. No idea what that means. Let's go see if some of these other commands are going to work. Uh-oh, the bot has crashed. All right, let me go restart the bot. Your stream kind of did stutter a few minutes ago. Yeah, that was just my internet connection. So yeah, it could just be the bot is got disconnected as well. So bang hello answers and remind me to hydrate. Just make sure that that's gonna work. Yeah, okay. All right, bot's back online. All right, so like I said, I really like that they're taking this into consideration. Like, we care about the diversity of our team, because we know that that's going to make a better product for our users, because our users are also going to be really diverse and unique and so on. So I like that this is kind of upfront, that this is their mission, and these are things that you're going to be sort of taken care of. As you feel pride every step forward, however big or small, to you each challenge represents a well-executed venture to support our listeners. If you're looking to build on your skills and grow into a leader, this is your next step. You're not going to become a leader in 4 months. Like, if you've got 2 years or less of experience and you've taken at least a year off and they're giving you 16 weeks to kind of get back into the workplace, you're not going to promote into a leadership role in 16 weeks. If you've got that 2 years of experience or maybe more, if you're going to get into this kind of program, maybe you've got more than 2 years experience. To come in and become like a lead on a project, you're going to need more than 2 years of experience. If they make you a lead on a project with less than 2 years experience, it would be interesting to hear their justifications around that. I would be putting more senior devs or architects in as leads, especially when building out little projects and product ideas that could potentially launch and be in front of millions of users. You would want something really robust and something that you spend more than 4 months building and refining and load testing and making sure that it's going to be robust enough to handle millions of users. So interesting. RC Maniac says in chat, but you're working for Amazon, you have to be the best. True. This is true. And they have like a whole part of their interview process they call leadership principles. It's what they call their loop interview. And it's all about like, how well are you going to fit in at Amazon? Are you going to raise the bar? Are you going to lower the bar? Things like that. Cool. Let's keep going through this one. As a software development engineer, you will design, develop, test software components and applications for one of the largest creator and provider of audiobooks in the world. Work on agile engineering, writing maintainable, scalable code for software components. If you've only got 2 years experience, unless that 2 years experience has been at another FANG company, you're probably not going to have a good understanding of what it really means to write scalable code. But okay. This is just telling you what you're going to do. This isn't necessarily a requirement, like you have to have built scalable code. It's just saying this is what you're going to do on the job. So hopefully they're willing to like support you and teach you and train you in these things. Collaborate with stakeholders to imagine, design, develop, test, and launch software that impacts our customers. It would be really interesting, like as a former customer of Audible, to get in on beta programs to kind of see like, what are these little projects going to be? That would be pretty interesting for me as a user, just to kind of see what these things are and be able to give some feedback on that. Use technology to solve difficult problems, define a design, turn it into high quality code, deliver it on schedule, proficient in a broad range of data structures and algorithms, knowing when it is and isn't appropriate to use them. Okay. This is already going to exclude a lot of folks. Not everybody has the time, especially if you've been doing caregiving. You're not necessarily going to have oodles of time to be studying data structures and algorithms and staying really up to date on all of this stuff as you're applying for this job. So we'll see. Independently clarify technical requirements, assessing development estimates, and apply a broad range of design approaches. Again, if you've only got 2 years experience, you're not going to have a broad range of design approaches. You'll have done like 2 or 3 designs maybe over that 2 years, depending on the kinds of projects that you're building. Independently clarify technical requirements. That sounds a lot like you're going to be on your own on this. Assessing development estimates. I don't know a single software developer who's really good at estimating how long something is going to take to build, especially if it's a technology you don't know. Building out requirements that you don't know and have to like give them some sort of estimate on like, this project's going to take, you know, so many days of effort or so many sprints of effort. That's something I would struggle to do as a senior dev when you're in all new territory like this, where you've got a brand new product, brand new project, brand new team. You're just getting back into the industry in technologies you don't know, and you've got to go scrape all this information together and be able to give them a reasonably accurate estimate. Good luck on that. I think that this bullet point here is sus, as my kids would say. Review code of other team members, provide constructive direction. Again, if you've only got 2 years of experience and you've been out of the industry for a little while, you got to get back into the mode of like how to do code reviews and so on. I don't know how much constructive direction you're going to be able to give other people on the team as far as like constructive direction. You can say like, oh, I might have done it this way, or I might have done it that way. But as a senior dev, I'm going to come in and explain, this is why you need to do it this way. This is what's going to make it better. And with only 2 years experience, again, unless you've worked at another FANG company, you're not going to have this kind of experience coming in with only 2 years of background. Well, it says 2 years or less of background, if I remember right. I just want to confirm that. At least 2 years of a professional experience. Okay, so at least 2 years. Okay, then I could see some of that. I thought it was 2 years or less. But even at 2 years, I think a lot of this stuff is going to be really hard. Code reviews may be a little bit hard. Drive continuous improvement of software quality, customer experience, maintainability. Again, if they're willing to sort of train you and support you and teach you these things, then yes, you'll be able to do this on the job. But this, like, unless, like I said, you've already worked at a big company where you've been doing this kind of stuff, it's going to be really hard to do. You know, coming in, if you've got like 2 years of startup experience, you're not going to have most of this. Mentor and lead developers by cultivating curiosity. Again, if you've got 2 years experience, you're not going to be able to mentor and lead many people. No matter where you've worked, 2 years is I wouldn't consider you to be a lead developer. Continuous learning of technology trends, tools, approaches. Again, if you've been out of the industry and you've got that gap, how are you supposed to be up to speed on all of this to think that you're going to apply for this job? All right, basic qualifications. At least one modern language, such as Java, C++, C#, including object-oriented design. 1+ years of experience contributing to the architecture and design, including design patterns, reliability, and scale of new and current systems. So this is already cutting out a huge amount of people that would apply for this job. This is basically saying we are only going to hire people that come from other FANG companies. 2 years of non-internship professional software development experience, bachelor's degree or higher in computer science. So they've just excluded like a huge batch of people. So up here at the very top, they're like, we care about who you are and we care about your background and, you know, blah, blah, blah. And their job post is not about that. Yeah, I'm not seeing that at all. Preferred qualification. So that was just like the bare minimum. And 2 of the 4 bullet points for the bare minimum, just to make you think like you could apply, are already excluding a huge number of people. Let's go see what their preferred qualifications are. Strong problem-solving skills, the ability to navigate highly complex and ambiguous situations. Again, if you've only got 2 years experience in the industry, you're not going to have this kind of experience. Building, delivering software systems to internal or external customers. Okay. Knowledge of AWS or other cloud infrastructure and or developer tools. I would say in today's industry, you're probably going to have that if it's recent, but if you've got previous experience, then you've been off for several years taking care of somebody, you may not have this kind of experience. If you've got like on-premise, you know, where I deployed this to our company's servers, I mean, that's technically all the cloud is. So does it really matter that it's cloud as opposed to just I've deployed, you know, code somewhere? I would think that would matter more. Experience working on a variety of surfaces, including mobile web services and IoT. So they're looking for like absolutely full stack, including mobile and IoT. Like, why do I need IoT experience, Internet of Things experience, if I'm doing Audible? I could see if it was like an Alexa or, you know, like a home mini or something like that as being IoT, but really that's just an interface. This covers a lot of territory to say like we expect someone with 2 years experience to have all of this. Experience in advanced technology such as blockchain, spatial computing, Internet of Things again, machine learning, AI, VR, and AR. Give me a break. Give me a break. Strong verbal written communication. Okay, that's fine. A high quality bar. Documentation, unit testing, code reviews. You already told us code reviews. You're repeating yourself. Test automation. Continuous integration deployment, enthusiasm for instilling this attitude in others. Adaptable, enterprising, willing to take ownership, ability to work through ambiguous research problems independently. Ability to make improvements to the team's development and testing process. If you've only got 2 years experience, how are you going to like step up and be like, all right, this is what we're doing as a team. This is the direction we're going to go. Other people on the team aren't going to probably listen to that. Establish good working relationships with peers. That would be expected, yeah. Ability to recognize discordant views and take part in constructive dialogue to resolve them. I like that. I think that that's a good thing to sort of screen for. You need to work well as a team. Able to mentor teammates on team software, team culture, customer obsession. This is totally Amazon right here. But again, like mentorship, you're going to need more than 2 years of experience to be a mentor. So yeah, there's a whole lot of things in here that that I'm not a fan of. But 2 years experience, you know, I like that they included pay for Colorado. So multiply this by 2,000. So they're looking at about 150K for this role for 2 years experience. That's a pretty nice, it's a pretty nice salary. It's weird that they list it as an hourly rate as opposed to just a salary, but I would want to see like a salary range and not just a single, like, what is $73.13 an hour? Like, that's a very specific number. Let's go do some math on that, shall we? 73.13 times 2,080. $152,110.40 per year. That's a very specific number. Like, that's an oddly specific number. But okay. Can I post a link to this job you'd like to share it with friends so you can all point and laugh? Absolutely, yeah. Let me drop that in chat for you. Your dinner's gonna get cold if I keep staring. No worries. Yeah, I'll drop that in chat. Committed to a diverse and inclusive workplace. No, you're not. You are absolutely not if you've got these kind of qualifications. Audible's an equal opportunity employer. BS. I call BS on this. Yeah. Promoted by Audible. I bet it is. All right. Thank you for redeeming your channel points. That was fun. These are fun. We did 2 of these on Friday, and I had a blast doing it. And I meant to hit my start marker on this so I could hit an end marker on this as well. So let me just do a quick start and I'll do a quick end here. And I'm going to go back and like rewind back to the start of that and clip that out. I think I'm going to start a whole new playlist on YouTube of me like going through job posts. So I think that it could be helpful just to kind of see from a hiring manager's perspective, like what's good and bad, like what kind of things stand out to me as a hiring manager about other people's job posts. We had someone on the stream last Friday who was watching me go through a job post and kind of pick it apart, and they're like, oh my gosh, this is really cool. The next time I build a job post, I'm going to take some of this stuff into consideration. I'm like, good, that's great, thank you. Because I think that kind of thing is really important. So let me do a quick check here. Oh, that didn't work. Let me do admin, marker, recording, and then I will do my start and end. Now if I do a list, yeah, there's my list, okay. Oh, shoot, it's offset by an amount of time. That's not good. Let me go figure out 7:47, and I've been, oh, I lost how long I was previously streaming. I'm 20 minutes in at this point, plus however long I was offline for a couple of minutes. I streamed right at 7 o'clock, so this is about 47 minutes in. I gotta go back now and try to figure out all these timestamps if I timestamp things for today. RC Maniac says, I tried the link, I get a different list of jobs. Can I post a link to that job? I can try. Let's see if I can get to just that one job. There's a like button. Is there like a share with your friends so they can point and laugh button? There's not. I would just search for the job title. Honestly, let me put that in chat for you. I would just search for that. See if that comes up with anything. I mean, I was trying to search for a junior JavaScript developer.
Thanks for checking that out. I hope that you found it helpful. I always appreciate feedback, so please let me know what you think. I appreciate any subscriptions, so please tell your friends and colleagues about it as well. Check out the website techinterview.guide for more information about when I'm live streaming and all of my free content. Drop by a live stream anytime to ask questions or message me privately, whatever makes you most comfortable. See you next time.